be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over to Rumble Live Chat, or subscribe to my channel. Any support would be greatly appreciated. You know, sometimes maybe, I don't know, it's once in a year thing or something, I guess. Sending a super chat, wow, what a rare thing that is for my channel. Right. Anyhow, weather today is cloudy. No blue spots in between this. It's just one big cloud bank. No sun coming through that. And there's been like rain too. And still droplets in the window. It's that typical after Easter type of weather. It's always like this after Easter here in the Netherlands. Right, so it is Wednesday, the 23rd of April 2025. Temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. It's 71% humidity, 55% precipitation, and low wind, 8 kilometers an hour. Yeah, with more rain predicted, so that's probably gonna happen. Right. No croissant today. I was seduced to eat the second one yesterday night, so no croissant. Too bad. Really wanted it then. Been catching up with some food and all that. Just, I'm more hungry. So. And later in the evening I will have nice dinner too. It's gonna be chicken broccoli or a hamburger, both of which I really like. And who knows, maybe I'll get crazy, maybe I'll do both, but probably not. But I do sometimes now like to just take a relatively small portion of French fries as like a second part dinner or something. I don't do it at the same time, don't combine it. Usually there's a couple of hours in between. And I mean, I'm liking that. Right, so yeah. I've had a massive inspiration, like in the last week pretty much, but it seems like it's like starting to kind of like slow down a bit. So I'm just gonna take it easy and not have like this enormous anticipation of great things coming out of me. I mean, I might get going on another rant or whatever. Start talking dark world stuff about myself and all that. I typically do that. And I don't know who else like can even follow that. It's, I mean, yeah, what do you expect? What, you know, when you're talking for an hour and there's like no feedback whatsoever, except for a bunch of people that like do not seem to be interested in what I'm talking about at all. And then, yeah, well then I don't really know, you know? I don't really know what to think of it. But I mean, it's fine. Again, it's the time of the year. These are the days that a lot of people have trouble they want to sleep out. It's that kind of weather. I remember having that all the time when I was younger. Around this month. Right after Easter. Especially when the weather gets like this. And because if I got up early, I would just be very restless all the time. And if you sleep, then you might dream a lot more, because that happens then instead. Can be very interesting. I mean, I've had a lot of very strong dreams recently. This night, not so much. But that's also because I had a lot of weed to smoke. It's been a while. But I mean, doing that, it does like really relax a lot of my muscles and all that. So because everybody knows I had been kind of building up sore muscles without the fish oil, without any smoking of cannabis for a long time. And so a lot of that seems to be getting back to normal. But yeah, no dreams. Or, well, there is probably dreams, it's just I don't get so tapped into them. Consciousness is not that engaged with them. Right, so yeah, still watching the Discovery of Witches series deep into the second season, and Jesus Christ, this is like really intense and getting complicated, and I mean, I find it very fascinating overall. It's almost like fetish for that sort of thing. I mean, yeah, not fetish, that's like explicitly sexual. It is not that. I don't get sexually aroused by it. It just get really pulled into it. And I mean, they do get like kind of sexual at some point, but I mean, they're literally married. But still, like, I find it distracting. And I feel much less comfortable now just like staring at it and being like, oh yeah, because, well, I don't really watch porn anymore, and I've become really aware of that, so now watching it just makes me feel like, dude, I used to just watch that like completely without any objection. Now I'm feeling kind of dirty. But yeah. The romance between the main characters is like kind of a big part of it. It's almost like the romance, like a little romance novel. Like that is partly what the whole thing is too. It's like a hybridized thing of so many different things. It's just crazy. Like a time story that seems to be getting kind of complicated, but it has its own type of time travel rules, and it's interesting. I'm still trying to figure out how it actually works. Because they're not just like, they don't do expose explanations like to ensure that you completely understand how it's supposed to work. Like, within it, a lot of them don't really know all that well themselves. And that makes it just really dynamic. And so when there's like somebody telling you something, you pay attention, because it's like, because not everything that in this world is just completely obvious in that movie, in that series. And so you have to like really pay attention to when something is said that's like some kind of spirit mechanics or function or how does it work. because it's not super abundantly obvious how everything works. They don't just shove it in your face like you're retarded all the time. Like with the majority of series and movies that involve magic, they really just use a bunch of special effects and it's just like super obvious because somebody just asks a question and then you just get the full explanation. It's like so normal. It's so normal like that. I guess it's Harry Potter's fault. They kind of did that and then that became the standard. Like everybody just like, now we know how he works. It's just, yeah, culture. I do really like popping over at Earth Awakenings these days. They're not always active in there, but when they are, like, there's some really interesting conversations that can roll out of it. They like to dive into esoterica themselves. Yeah, good place for me to tap into inspiration and basically stay into it. Right? Because I get so little damn feedback from actual people in the chat on this channel. It's like sometimes suddenly everybody's there. But these moments are kind of rare. It's much more common that just 3 days in a row, literally nobody shows up except maybe a bunch of trolls that I just have to delete and then that's it. Gets a bit tiresome at times. Right? I mean, I'm okay living kind of like a hermit the way that I do. But when I do a show, I'd actually like to communicate. You know? Gets me going. It completes the charge. It creates a cycle which is like beneficial. I get clarity, I get inspiration, the other gets energy and clarity too. And like, hey, show up in the chat, say something. Anything that's not just kind of with the will behind it to just distract away from whatever I was saying or talking about to disrupt my train of thought, right? Or just to be negative. Like, not those things. People just keep trying, some people out there. Right? And when they tell them stop talking, and they just keep continuing doing the same whiny thing over and over again, think like they're entitled, like they have some kind of claim, a right to judge me in my chat while I try to keep order. Which is what I do. And they disagree, so they're just going to try to reformat what I'm doing. And like, it's not happening. When I tell you to stop, you stop. If you don't, you get banned. This is how it works. The chat is not for you to insert your mood and set your tone. That's not how it works. Right, exchanging like your current moods or whatever, that is reserved for people where I actually know who they are, when I actually already have become acquainted with them. Then that's fine, right? If you're like a newcomer or somebody that hasn't really engaged with me, like, then I don't care what your mood is. First, I have to go through the communication process. I have to assess who you are, what your interests are, what your capabilities are, and I have to maintain order. Can't just start rolling over me and deciding like, no, I don't disagree. I disagree with like kind of how Arwin wants it there. So I'm going to impose the way that I think it should be. Like, yeah, that's not going to happen. That can't be part of that introductory communication process. And if you just expect that that's okay, then you're kind of socially stupid. Just no, that's not gonna happen. Right? That behavior is similar, like, oh, you're gonna go for a first visit with somebody. Then you go to their house, you knock on the door. They're like, hi, who are you? And you just like insist, no, I'm just gonna go inside. Like, I'm not gonna introduce myself. And you just push them out of the way and get in the house and start talking about, wow, you have a great house. Like, you don't do that. You just don't. Like, that way you get thrown out, or you get somebody that's just like astonished, like, what the fuck is going on? This is not normal behavior. Like, is this person crazy? Is there like some criminal intent, right? And then you get asked to leave, you get kicked out, or the police called. Like, that's what happens. So you just don't do that here. I mean, it's not that weird. Right, so there's just the normal behavior. And yeah, sure, you can get cranky or whatever, that's fine. But I mean, this is not the place to like shower it out over everybody. Ever. And that includes for myself. I shouldn't do that. When I do that, I basically feel that I have to apologize because I shouldn't do that. Just acting out. It can happen by accident, but you shouldn't do that. You should expect that that should be accepted. Because it won't be. It requires an apology. And then stopping it. Or in the other order, first stopping it and then an apology, right? Anyhow. And then, if you can just follow these rules, think of Jade Orange, right? I mean, I don't think that's a real person. I think that's an undercover act. But she was capable of sort of like abiding by a standard first approach rule set of behavior. Try to like really act like a female. How they do. Right? That doesn't mean anything to me. Like, that by itself is not convincing of anything to me. But then if you want to become actually engaged more personally in communication, you have to identify yourself. You have to show who you are. Like, and I will keep that secret from the outside world. Like, I got all the people that I trust, I got to see them. Not everybody got to see them. And some of them, like, they really don't want to be seen. Probably because they have just... They don't want to get all that hassle. Or they don't really like the way they look. And, like, I wouldn't even care. They just don't want to be seen because then they can't be how they feel in their head. Because the way they look disrupts that in their own minds. That's a thing. Especially women seem to have that a lot out there. But I mean, there's some guys too, like especially the ones that really are not very appealing in their looks. But then they have this insane abundance of self-awareness, which is like really terrible on them. I mean, The only way to just get over it is to just get over it, though. But I mean, yeah, it can haunt people that they're ugly and they have like such sensory range to really be aware of aesthetics, and then it just kind of haunts them the way they look. I totally get it. It's not your fault. But just for trust, I have to see that you are really a person, and it can anchor a moving image and a voice and a spirit to a specific account, and then I can trust you. Then I can trust that that is who you are. And then were things to go wrong with you as a person and you're basically like flipping out or turning into like a troll, then I can still anchor that to that original person. It's very important to me. It's like you've been identified. If you go crazy, then I just know that that is part of you as a real person. Because that can happen. It's forgivable. I've had many communications with like people that I've had Skype calls with, long Skype calls, and they would go nuts at some point. They're really pissed off. I would rub them really the wrong way, and I'd still communicate with them. Because like that can be much more forgiven because the person has actually like identified themselves to me in spirit. Right? And if you don't identify yourself to me like that, then you just can't claim any kind of social rights of behavior or whatever, or some kind of female privilege. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Because that sort of behavior is like makes everything a dance. Then I have to take part in the dance, and then they can set direction somehow. And like, I'm not accepting that with somebody that has not identified themselves to me. You don't get any social privileges if you do not identify yourself to me. So that's just my policy. That's how it works. And I have to do it this way because there are people that just want to get in my head, are absolutely obsessed with it, like really maniacally obsessed, trying to get in my head where they stay totally anonymous, but can still, through fake characters and all that, like make me go in directions, maneuver me. They basically want to spiritually put levers in my head that they can just at a whim play with me like I'm a remote controlled robot spiritually. That's what they're attempting, and I have to do this policy. Have to do this to prevent that. There's absolutely no possible way around it, because they have done this in the past. Like, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick them like keep manipulating and lying and acting just to get these fucking levers installed in my head so they could just play around with me like I'm their fucking remote control toy. And it's not gonna happen anymore. There's a very good reason why I have these policies with my chat. Very good damn reason. And if you don't like it, just get out of here. Yeah, I don't have time for your objections. That's it. Right, so I guess my show today is about my show. This is getting kind of meta. it then. Oh, more downvotes. It matters so much. Matters so much. All the downvotes. Oh my god, it makes such a world of difference. It means everything. It's just, my show has downvotes. Oh my god, now that means I'm defeated. I'm defeated. I got troll downvotes. We got sock accounts that pile on downvotes before the show's even gone live. It's super real. It's super trustworthy stats. Everybody's fooled by it. Really. Everybody just believes when a video just has downvotes. Well, then it must be bad. Really. People just fall for that. Right. No, they don't. People don't fall for that. They only believe it if they want to believe it. And they might want to believe it because they don't really want to deal with things here. Or have like awareness of that this is a thing, that I'm a thing, that I'm doing this. That there's other ways of looking at everything that do make cohesive sense and that are logically consistent over years. And so they'll happily accept, like, oh, let's take a quick look. Oh, wow. Minus 52 downvotes, 0 upvotes. Wow, that guy just won't know when to quit. Everybody hates him. I believe that's real. Yeah, why? Because the time that I did actually take a look and I was talking esoterics and like other dimensions and the cosmology, how I see it, like, it just like freaked them out. Makes them feel like they don't know what's real anymore, and so they're like, I don't want to know about this. This is like dangerous for me. I hate it. Go away. So now they're very happy of the service of all these trolls that will just like cover it in a pile of bullshit on the surface so that they don't even have to take a look. They could just look and like, oh yes, thank God, everybody hates him. Oh, it's probably for those people, for those that are just so superficial and weak spiritually that they wouldn't be able to handle my show anyway. So they really appreciate that all those trolls just pile on the downvote so that they could just take a quick glance and like be very relieved that they can quickly conclude in their mind that everybody hates Arwin. Oh, thank God. Thank God the world's alright because everybody hates Arwin. Yes. Oh, I can live on with my bullshit ideas about life that were all handed to me and I just took it without thinking about it. Yes, thank God. I can be a cog in the machine, not knowing who's at the head. Yeah. So that's probably for them. But I mean, people that actually want to figure out what's going on, how it works from your own perspective, and how everybody's connected in a way, structurally. Everybody is an individual. Every consciousness has all these same structures, same challenges. If you're into that, then you should probably laugh at the sides of these votes, these downvotes. You'd be like, ha, wow, he really is in that position, isn't he? I mean, people tell me, I don't tell them, they tell me, like, wow, you got some serious haters, like a sock army, like, you must be doing something right. Like, they genuinely tell me, like, I don't say that. I don't go around, oh, thank God, see, I'm so relevant, I got all these troll haters, that makes me good. Like, no, because it's just stupid. Not that it's not true, but it just feels stupid to do that. It's like, ugh. It's like pandering to dumb people. Like, I don't even want them to understand. Like, fuck them. But people tell me, so yeah. Like, I know I'm doing something right. I know what I do successfully. I know I make very complicated things explicable. I know I do. I know I'm onto something. I know what I do is logically consistent and cohesive in an esoteric way. I know I understand things and I'm communicating them, and I communicate very complicated structures in a way that it still will be able to fit in those who listen in their minds, even though those people might not be really used to it. I will guide them in a higher thinking, and it works. They have to be ready for it, but I mean, just go along and you'll find out whether you're ready for it. You'll feel it. Like, is this too much for me? Am I getting overloaded? Because there is a burden, right? The higher you climb, the more burden you get. More strain. More you know, the more that knowledge burdens you. That's just how it works. Right? And with knowing, I don't mean like collecting data, like packages of information. No, knowing is about having a grip on the overstructure, which is fractal. Having a grip on the Akashic Library. As above, so below. If you understand a part of it, you can understand the whole if you can grasp it, because the whole is in the part with information. It's fractal. With information and insight, it's not about even whether you're capable of attaining it. It's a bit whether you're capable of handling it, because it is right there. All information is just right there. Can you handle it though? A lot of times, in the learning curve, in facing it, a lot of people just feel like, whoa, there's something there, but I shouldn't try to wield this. It's too much for me. It'll break me down. That's a natural response. And then, but I mean, you could still respect that information, but you'll just know, like, I can't handle this. I had plenty of those moments in my life, my teens and in my 20s still. Like, people were on a path, learning things, like shamanistic things, and I would hear and talk about it, and be like, whoa. Even understanding it, but very well aware, like, I can't personally do that. I can only create the over simulation in my mind of all things in order to see the structure of what they're going through, understand how that works on the surface, but not allow my spirit to get drawn into it, to literally resonate with it, because I wouldn't be ready for it. So I could still learn things, the structure of things, even though I wouldn't personally be able to handle that. Yeah. That sounds really surreal, doesn't it? Well, welcome to my life. This is my life, my choice. You don't like it? I don't care. That's a really silly joke to make, but whatever. Welcome to the Flat Earth Early Bird Show. was a really difficult one to actually put into it. An esoteric description of how to deal with the experience of learning something you can't handle. That was a challenge. Whew. But I managed. It's not gonna be for everybody. And yeah, I left out the key. You wanna have to show up. Prove to me you understood what I was talking about. Then I might give you the key. Now you could say I'm basically just bragging. And that's fine. In a way I am. Right, I mean, for those people out there that are threatened by such things, you can always just comfort yourself with, oh, well, look at where it all got you. Look, Arwin is all poor. He has to beg for money to get food every month. So, I can just completely disregard everything he just said. Yeah, because that's why you follow my show, right? Every fucking day you go watch this. Just so you could deny everything. That's why you have to watch every fucking day like a completely deranged psychomaniac. Sick fuck. Just so you could absorb it neurotically and then deny it all be true. You have to come back every day just to absorb it all and deny it again, right? That's your life, yeah? Just try to let that sink in. How deranged that is. Right? But I mean, I have to give you an opportunity to deny it. I mean, I can't just like tell you stuff and then just let you go insane without the possibility of some kind of nonsense excuse, escapism. Have to give you the opportunity to be able to deny that everything that I'm talking about could be real. Don't want to saddle you up forcefully with insight of that kind of depth. But I mean, it is you that keeps coming back here every day just to basically deny everything that I say. I mean, that should worry any person. You know? Look at that. Look at what that person's doing. Alright, anyway, if you're watching this, maybe after the fact, I don't know. Don't forget to Rogan's it up. I mean, there should be somebody's watching, like, and then appreciating what I got to share. And I mean, if the guys from my chat and all that, the guys that I really know that I got to have video calls with, if they just don't think anything about this kind of subject, if they don't agree, if they can't see it, like, they can absolutely tell me, like, oh, this is just not really my thing, I don't get it. That's fine. You don't have to get it. You don't have to be able to understand everything in every detail. I'm giving the opportunity to try. Right? They don't get angry if you don't get it. You can come out and be honest about it. I mean, don't recommend you do that like in my chat, because the trolls will just try to start attacking at you. When in person you can tell me. Some people in the past have. And it's like, thanks for being honest. Now I just know, like, that part's just not gonna mean anything to you. Okay, that's fine. Right? But if nobody communicates anything, then I'll just, like, basically randomly keep going with whatever's happening, whatever comes up in me, without any regard of, like, how that's gonna basically be arriving in other people's minds. I'll just keep going wildly then. That's what everybody wants. You know? How would I know? Nobody says anything, no feedback, nothing. Yeah, sometimes a random piece of feedback, like, oh, they just hate you because you're on target. It's like, okay, that's cool. Could you prove that to me, though? You know, not that I asked that, but I mean, is kind of a side thought. Like, it's great to be positively encouraged, like, from a community feeling kind of sense, but intellectual grasp, now that would actually be great. But it's kind of rare out there. These guys over at Earth Awaken channel, some of them are really good at it. And then when I communicate the things, my insights, what I talk about, they get most of it. That's why that conversation on Good Friday I had was so good. I listened back to, like, a part of it. I mean, it's big. It's like over 3 hours. But they did act, I could hear that they got it. And you can also see that somebody gets it by just them asking very good, relevant, to the point, in the moment relevant to the conversation, to the flow of what's being discussed, good questions. That is evidence. Like, you can tell by somebody's questions what they understand, how much they've understood. You can see that in a person's question. I can. It's like second nature to me. It's like a standard procedure that I just always do that. Always trying to size up people's abilities, intellectual insight abilities. Right? And in some things, like, I'm not very good at it, like more mathematical type structures. Like, I understand what it is, it's just not something I'm good at. But I get what it is, and so I know what place it has, what part in the spectrum, what part in the frequencies, as you will, it is. What it actually means in the whole. That part I do get.
Boo! You stink!
But the thing is, to understand a lot, to be really insightful, you don't have to have all the abilities simultaneously. You don't have to be good at everything in order to understand it. You basically need to be really good at a couple of parts, and then if you delegate it all structurally throughout your life, then the overall insight of the whole enables you to fill in the gaps where you don't have a direct grasp, but by the contrast with the things of which you do understand the depth, you can actually give a proper structure to fill the void of what you do not truly comprehend, because you don't have the talent for that type of insight. It works. It works through the overstructure, through the pattern. Because the Akashic record is a whole. All of information is a whole thing. Like one singular pattern, as you could say. It's an insight that I got when I was 17. That's when I started to figure that out. It's one pattern. And you don't have to literally imprint every part of the pattern like at the same resolution. You just need to know some things in the pattern, and then through the fractal nature of the whole, you can virtually fill out the rest and have a balanced total structure. This is getting really metaphysical, by the way. I hope you can still follow. Some of you out there will be able to. Huh. Let's browse what the hell is going on out there. The usual. Oh, we got a first attempt at communication with an account made today. Very funny. You're not gonna break my focus. Don't worry about it. I wish I had my croissant. Yeah, don't really need it though. Looking forward to lunch though. Right. Oh, okay. Staglow. Cool. I don't remember you on YouTube, but that's fine. Yeah. Nice. I'm liking it. Right, so was there something particular you wanted to talk about? Staglow? Or maybe you wanted to share with me what you have learned from me on YouTube. Maybe you want me to expand upon that. Or are you one of those people that just stare at the screen and that's what you call following? You don't get any of it. I don't know why anybody would watch something when they just don't understand what's going on in there, but maybe that's what you like to do. I don't know. Right. Nothing, tralala? Why am I not surprised? Iron fixer. Okay. You've been around for a while. Hello? Huh. Flat earth stuff? Not convinced yet, okay. Another smoke break. Oh yeah, wow, great contribution. If you're interested in flat earth stuff, sure. I mean, ask away. What about the flat earth stuff? You got any questions? I'm waiting. If you expect you just saying I'm very interested in the flat earth stuff but have not been fully convinced yet, that doesn't just, like, I'm not gonna roll out everything out of nothing. Been a while, someone to... Yeah, Vinny Boombot, I'm sure it is. Maybe you should listen to trolls. That would help. Yeah, lots of rumors, lots of bullshit, and lots of haters. I'm still going. And yeah, I'm trying to get a job in real life. I mean, this is real life too. Like, this is what I do in real life. I do these streams. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing if I can find another way to deal with my financial situation. Indeed. Alright, this is it. That's my chat. Hour and 6 minutes in. Q-Ortal? What the? Never heard of that. A project, that is very vague. Replace the internet? What, you mean like freenet? That's been around for like 30 years? IPFS, never heard of that either. I mean, like on the surface that sounds really interesting, but I have absolutely no idea like what it is you're talking about. On my own node, okay. So, it's a social media platform? It's like a decentralized one? Is that what you're saying? Because, I mean, I'm right here. This is on the internet. This is it. People can find me here, you know? Host website, cool. That's okay. Well, thanks for the link. I'll check it out, I guess. Crypto oriented Q chat. Jesus. Alright, well, to me that just sounds like another social media system. Government can shut them down. Can they? Can they though? I don't know about that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if a social media platform that is in the open, if you can call it that, yeah, gets shut down, you have to just move on to another one. So, can't be shut down. Okay. Well, that sounds interesting, Iron Fixer. I mean, I'll save the bookmark in my social media platforming list, which is pretty vast by now. There's so much. But at the same time, I don't really have a proper station to like run a server. But yeah, if I had like extra computers, then yeah, maybe I would do this. Who knows? But I really don't. So, but yeah, it looks interesting. I'm definitely saving it for later. Might ask around about it a bit. Thanks for the tip. Very little PC power. Okay. Well, it does sound interesting, so thanks for the tip. Right. Core bear report. Okay. Alright, well, who knows? It could become an up-and-coming new thing. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, yeah. We'll see where it goes. If it starts to get more prominence, then yeah, I might engage with it. Right, but for now, I'm not eager to like expand beyond just here on Rumble. But again, thanks for the tip. Right, and now I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Don't forget to Rogan's it up. And I'm back. Woohoo, I got a Rogan's up. Yay. Right. But I mean, I am kind of interested, Iron Fixer. And just the idea of it, like a decentralized social media platform like that, that does sound really interesting. But I mean, then you get the part where how will it actually hold up? Because I mean, if it's going to eventually result in literally every single person that does that getting cyber attacked, then yeah, then it's not really gonna hold up now, is it? Right? The advantage of having a centralized social media platform is that you basically have one fortress you need to defend against that. Now, if you have no centralized point that needs to be defended, but it's just like an endless amount of towers, well then, yeah, you don't just get one cyber attack that you could pile on, but if they could just figure out how to like spread out and just basically attack all those servers, then you have the same problem. It's just a different approach, right? So it's all a matter of whether that's actually gonna hold up when it gains momentum, when the powers that be become interested in trying to stop it. But again, as an idea, it's very interesting. It's like a lot of good things have come from that type of thinking. That's like how the torrent system came into being, is through things like that. It's also the same idea behind crypto. And that's cool. So it does feel promising, but I mean, again, will it hold up? You know, the same problem with crypto is like the idea of it is great, but then it turns out that it's actually very traceable. Unlike what everybody thought it was going to be. So how will this hold up? You see? It's new enough and under the radar. Right. works like torrenting. Awesome. Well, see? Yeah, I don't have to be a programmer to still understand how it is, like how it works. So it is like a torrenting system social media platform. That is really fascinating. Quite ingenious, really. Right. But also the bigger you become, the more bandwidth you need, because there's going to be more people then using it. Using your server, as it were. So if you really plan to be big and get wide attention, you also then immediately just need that server capacity. So yeah, at the beginning a node might be very small in requirement of computing power, but eventually if you actually like really grow, then so will the node. You will need to handle more traffic, logically. Indeed. Well, Iron Fix, it only takes one person to basically set their mind on it and like, I'm going to use this to grow big, and then just see what happens. See what the obstacles will be, what the pitfalls are going to be. So somebody just basically needs to really go for it within it, and then everybody could learn from that. Right? Unfortunately, that's not going to be me, though. I'm not really a social media expansionist so much. I'm just a guy that just does his thing on a singular platform all the time. Right? Like every day. That's the extent of my activity. Maybe somebody like Owen Benjamin would be interested to try that out. Like, he's got a tech guy, he's got Coddington. Like, they could, like, perhaps try it. I mean, Owen is always ready to expand upon other platforms. He's got a lot of work stored. He's got issues with centralized platforms, like censoring him. So maybe he would be interested in trying it out. And if it works great, he will probably just like, okay, let's pile on to this. This seems to be working. And I mean, if he does that, then there will be people really trying to break it down. Because they're always trying that. So if Owen Benjamin would engage with it, that would be a good test. So yeah, maybe suggest it to him, communicate it to him, email him or something. Do you know who Owen Benjamin is? He's also on Rumble. Does streams on weekdays. If you don't know who that is, I'll link you up. Here you go. Not heard of him. Yeah, he's like this comedian. And he's been at it for a while. He's a comedian and like also into conspiracy stuff. But always giving it a funny twist, and like he likes to go into taboo territory, make fun of everything. Doesn't live stream yet. Can post record it. Okay. That's a good start. Right, so it's just an upload platform now. Cool. Well, as soon as it gains live streaming capability, and hey, that should technically not be that difficult. I mean, there's like modules for this all over the place. Like even Rumble was basically like, in many ways, just a module copied from YouTube and adapted and changed a bit. It's very YouTube-alike because it's just basically a module copy, and so it shouldn't be difficult to just basically take a module of a system, a social media system, and then just integrate it. Like even Twitter X also did that. That's how they got live streamed. They just took a model and just inserted it, and oh look, now it has that. So right, but right now it's just an uploading platform. That's cool. It's a good start. Let me put the chat back. QTube. The Q is a kind. I mean, that is very hypey. I mean, dude, the association with Q, like QAnon and all that, it is a bit weird that they're like making it all Q like that. To run with full gear. All right, thanks, Iron Fix, and thanks for the tip. And hey, if you want to talk about flat Earth, well, you have to actually then talk about flat Earth in the sense that ask a question like, what about it? There's so much to reference, be it events, experiments, or just technical arguments. You have to actually bring something up. You can't just ask, oh, I'm interested in flat Earth, and then expect me to just roll out some standard story. I mean, that's not how I work. It's too much. There's too much of it in too many directions. Right. Anyway, I'll see you another time. I'm probably gonna round out now because I'm getting kind of hungry. But it's nice to have an actual person over in the chat for a change, unlike yesterday. Right. But I mean, today's show was still cool. I mean, I like that. I like esoteric talk. I like spirit mechanics. Like comparing like fractal insight over patterns and just go into rough descriptions of how that works. Because, I mean, I am right about it. I am right about these esoterics. It does work like that. I don't need feedback from people to confirm that what I'm talking about is on target. Like, I know I am. Right? Feedback is cool, but I don't need that in order to be certain about what I'm talking about. Right? I only still have potential uncertainty when a new subject that is truly new arrives that has slipped my attention for some reason. And then it's just because it's a preliminary phase of trying to assess it, size it up, where it came from, what it means, how it was assembled as an idea. But eventually, like, that information will fall into place one way or the other. And then I just figure out this is what it is, like, despite what anybody says about it. Like, what does the no trees on flat earth mean? Is that real? Is it all made up? And it's like, no, that is real. I am very convinced about it. But I mean, what it means is that there was once a giant world. Giant trees and giant people and giant everything. And then came a phase when there was massive buildings made. After it. Probably after the trees already died. Massive buildings. Or maybe they were simultaneous. Maybe they were already being built as those giant trees were there. A cataclysm happened. And the last perceivable phase would be what they like to call the mud flood. But I mean, that is even complicated. What is that? What, did it all sink? Probably not. Was everything covered in water and then mud to cover up, and all the buildings that were reaching all the way down, they were still large. What was left above the mud? And then people moved in again and started to basically live around it, and then eventually started using those buildings again for other purposes, just because they were convenient and big. And then started building on the mud layer that surround those buildings. So there's like more tiers. And you can't tell like how old a building is by how deep it goes. Right? Like, so for example, the Sagrada Familia in Spain, it's not a Tartarian building. It doesn't have all these basements. Doesn't go deeper down. It's like a post-mud flood building. And it's taken a very long time to assemble. Like, it's still a work in progress. It's an amazing architectural achievement, but it's not Tartarian. And it is probably the way it built. It does require more maintenance because it's not like an eternal type architecture. It's not designed with that level of architectural perfection. But still amazing. I love that building, Sagrada Familia. It is absolutely amazing. I've seen it up close. I've seen it gradually being built. I've seen the towers suddenly being created. I've literally seen up close how parts would be assembled, put together. It's pretty damn impressive. And I also do think that there are what do you call it again? Cast rock. It is being used. It's not concrete. They are using geopolymer for it. That really stood out. Like, this, that's not concrete. Like, that's like cast. It is cast stone. They are using that. I mean, and they would have to. They might be calling it concrete, but I mean, that's not concrete. That is like geopolymer, effectively, the big pieces. I could see it as they basically assembled it. I mean, if it was concrete, it would literally just start falling apart after, I don't know, a century. Right? But there are post-Tartarian large buildings. It's just not that many of them because it's like an almost impossible to achieve thing. It's such a fast amount of work for humanity what it has available now. Right, so yeah, that's involved too, trees, giant trees, and the Tartarian buildings, and what was that culture like? But I'm also just very fascinating to basically effectively reimagine what most of history, like the last 400, 500 years, would have really been like. Not with the stories they gave us of how we built those buildings in supposed moments in time. No, it was always there. Big ones, they were always there, and people just kind of didn't really know. The majority, they were just like, oh, it's there, somebody built it, like, oh yeah, must have been our ancestors, but like, they didn't understand. So yeah, historically I am reimagining just the view of like what it would have been like for those people. How did they look at it? Did they know? How many people would have been in the know and just like, okay, you're now part of the brotherhood that is keeping this a secret and managing it. You can't tell anybody, and if you did, they wouldn't believe you, just said you're crazy. So yeah, that's something that is preoccupying my mind, to just get a new picture with that info, with the new info from Tartaria. That's ongoing. And of course, an ongoing process too is basically me refining my understanding of spirit cosmology, like the consciousness and life before and after death, like before birth and after death, and how to define that type of experience and try to compare it. And what does it all mean? The philosophy behind existence itself, and the reason for creation to be there. Why did God make it? Like, yeah, philosophy. That's also something I like to discuss, and I have. I mean, I discussed such subjects with people on the Earth Awakenings channel regularly when I come there, because those people do like to talk about that. And like people here, I mean, they rarely come to this chat and discuss it there. So yeah, I just have to go with what is inside of me when it comes to that subject. But yeah, I'm fine with that. Oh yeah, this was kind of weird. I bumped into this on X. It's very odd. Link it. It's like this live wind map. And there seems to be like an obstacle at the supposed dead center of the North Pole that is like being obstructed in the wind. And like, that's weird. The whole thing is kind of weird. That's something I bumped into. What was the other one? No. Oh yeah. Yeah, more Tartarian architectural remnants. I mean, I run into this kind of video. Not specifically like this, but just videos alongside this kind of thing, like all the time now. It's just all over the damn place. It's nuts. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna round out the show. I mean, it went just fine. I'm happy about it. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go, links from the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I'm still going to be needing it, so just please support your local Arwin, right? Till I get that job, and then I won't need any support, and then I'll probably not be continuing the show. Right, and if you don't like that, then, well, the more support I get, the more I am incentivized to keep this up. I'm really quitting because of just, like, not being able to manage financially without support, and then not really getting tons of it, although sometimes I get lucky. Alright? But yeah, anyway, support me. I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2270 on a Thursday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great day. And until the next video, keep it flat.
and everything's alright.